What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We have people to talk to on the bridge. I'm gonna run through and talk to people. Heinrich is definitely one of them. I know he's for sure one of them, so I'm gonna talk to him last, and I'm gonna run through everybody else and see if anybody else has anything to say. So this might be a lot of talking episode. I don't know. It might be that a lot of people don't have anything to say, and then we won't have to talk to people for very long. Let's save before we do anything crazy. Got our beautiful pet, beautiful Soroko. Have they brought you anything interesting? That'll be all. Cassia, T-poser.
Words cannot describe how.
Speg my leave. Argenta. Argenta.
Greetings.
Thank you. Master Helmsman. Beautiful. Continuing on. Actually, we'll talk to Heinrich now. He's right here.
To what do I owe this visit?
Are you satisfied with the results of your mission on Gamma?
Of course. The fabricator sensor's machine was stopped. Not another soul will be sent into the mouth of the archenemy. In time, we will succeed in uncovering and stopping other schemes of the cult. We dealt a blow not only to the cultists, but to the archenemy itself. I cannot help but be pleased.
Touching the cogitator did something to you. I want to know what.
No servant of the God Emperor has closer dealings with corruption than the agents of the Golden Throne. In its quest to guard the Imperium against its foes' most devious and secret schemes, the Inquisition seeks to understand the essence of evil. It is not enough for us to burn or cut down a rotten seedling. We must study it, understand it, touch it. Every time any of us do our duty, we are risking our very souls. But when it comes to psykers, the soul of a psyker is especially enticing to the archenemy. The cogitator was stopped, yes. I touched an infernal machine that was created to serve chaos. I used it. I delved into the principles of its operation. That was enough. Corruption needs only the briefest brush of contact. When I touched the cult's cogitator, I drew the thousand-eye gaze of evil upon myself, as any agent does when they interfere in the schemes of those who serve the ruinous powers. And that evil undoubtedly left an invisible mark upon me, as it does on any acolyte who fights against the archenemy. And this will be the case every time I do my duty. I know a good deal about the fates of those who have served the throne before me. Enough to know that my path leads to one place, and one place only.
What are you going to do next?
My visit to Gamma did not produce answers to all my questions, but we did succeed in dealing a blow to the cult by destroying the fabricator sensor's machine. I have directed my spies to track the sect's surviving leaders. I am certain that they will have useful information for us soon. Though small, this is a victory for the Golden Throne, and I have you to thank for it.
I think that will be all for now.
Thank you for finding the time for our conversation.
Let's take my leave. Then I know we have something to do with this. At least I think we do. I don't know that we do, but I'm pretty sure we do. Oh, dang it, it didn't save. Thank you. Secret mechanism awake and ready to retrieve your quest. Hand the Dargonus databank to the tech priest. Access the data from Dargonus. The tech priest up the device and put your hands and place it inside of the drives, all the while honoring the machine with a modulating Beinhardt prayer. The turbines within the cogitator stir into motion and the vid screen lights up. Stab true. Continue. The tech priest extracts the data slate from the cogitator and gives it to you. The machine spirit has revealed the contents of the encrypted data, and I hereby pass it to you. This is where I reach the limit of my authorization, but now you have the option to review the decrypted data personally. Nice. And the one from Gamma. It does the same thing. The great mechanism has transformed the secret data into a format that you can comprehend without the assistance of the servant of the Omnissiah. The tech priest retrieves the data slate from the slate of the cogitator, holding it with both hands and passes it to you. The database decryption procedure has been completed without complication. The tech priest stops short. The green lights of his visor fixed on the cogitator's vid screen and flickers nervously. Strings of numerical code begin appearing at the frightening speed. This time, numbers are interspersed with words you can understand, and those words form legible sentences. brought her to the beginning. Epitaph begot the incident that was destroyed and changed everything. The incident became the starting point. Back up. The incident breathed life and marked the beginning of all. It is the beginning of Nomos. It created Nomos. Decry's now alarmed, just tapping the keys on the control panel. His Beinhardt prayer gives way to distressing whispering, unacceptable deviation, violation of sacred protocols, possibility of tech heresy, omnicide shield us from all the heresy. A few moments later, the vidscreen darkens and flickers to life again. Input prompt. What was that just now? The imperfections of the Vox transmission make the tech priest's voice sound even more worried. A catastrophic mistake, a heinous violation of the purity of the hallowed code. This mechanism is touched by heresy. It is branded and tainted by it. Now the machine spirit produces code as before, and yet, Lord Captain, heed my plea. All operations of the machine must be halted until the Engineer Prime has inspected it. Saw a word along the lines of Cos Nomos. What does it mean? This is a mystery to me. It is truly, if this mechanism is truly tainted, then it could be the tech priest mechanism jitters anxiously over the control panel. Its heresy truly has taken hold of the machine spirit and scorned the omnicide as every tenet, and the spirit's madness could be such that it chose a name for itself. That is nothing more than my hypothesis. You will report this to Pascal. The tech priest bows guiltily, and his mechanical voice becomes hollow and dejected. My knowledge is insufficient to cleanse the code of this mechanism. I'll inform the esteemed Engineer Prime of the disturbing development. Only he has the power to expel this heresy from this corrupted machine spirit. So, interesting. Can we read these now? Oh, those are just the level ups of my people. Okay. Report Unit Q59, 0 Research Group. Subject study active samples of a terrible disease assigned tech named Techlight. The Techlight is capable of corroding matter and destroying it from within at terrifying speeds. This deadly plague infects mechanisms as well as any metals and other materials used on their basis. That no technology known to the Crimson Priesthood, neither gifts from the great omnicide nor heretical products of Xenos can withstand this onslaught. The disease poisons and warps the very essence and taints the code of sacred mechanisms. Observations. The Techlight triggers an effect that is repulsive at its core. It transforms metals into horrific forms of unpredictable nature. During testing, it has demonstrated the ability to fuse solid matter with organic objects, creating something new as a result. The phenomenon was assigned the name tech splicing. Method of transportation: ceramic capsules. Burnt clay is the only thing that contain the pestilence. Extra caution may be taken given to the container's fragility. Any damage might result in the uncontrollable outbreak. Damaging containers is unacceptable. Current stage: test to subject the tech blight to his will and turn it into a weapon subject to the omnicide's wisdom. Test result: assessment success. The test triggering an event recorded under the incident in 87204. The quest for knowledge and his name will continue. Hypothesis 1: the tech blight was created in the darkness of unknown worlds, away from the eyes of the great creator. Hypothesis 2: any taint that exists to harm the machine god's creations can and will be bent to his will. Theodore von Valise's personal notes. Deleted entry damage. Rogue trader, likely a lackey, is humiliating, dispiriting to put up with the part of an errand servant to the Imperious madman vested with the even greater power than that of any rogue trader. Alas, when one side of the scales holds my pride and the other holds the fate of the von Valise's protectorate and my entire bloodline, choice becomes a futile illusion. It would be far too naive of me not to prepare for the worst. Epitaph will decide the future of the Expanse as a whole, but I will have some time at my disposal until then. Heirs of the von Valise's blood and then will soon be located and brought to me. I cannot afford to delay the choice of successor any longer. Ooh. Things get more interesting. What is happening over here? Lord orders some shipping and transportation of some goods. I thought that you would have some more stuff for me. Yes, I will buy all of these and then look at them later. Wait, cancel that. What is this? Great. Thank you. Now. I will trade with you some more, sir. Thank you. Okay. We need higher with somebody. I should remember who. Let's try to get to level. Let's try to get to 16,000 maybe with these people. You know what? No, I know the Derusians we need to get higher with. Let's just pump up a bunch into them. Let's just do that. Perfect. Okay. Now let's see what we can get. Just a bunch of stuff. We'll take it all and then we'll see what we end up getting offered. See, we'll go check this stuff out here in a bit. Is what I'm trying to say. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's talk to everybody else and then we'll check out all that stuff we just bought because yes, I want to do that. Jay, how you doing?
You are spoiling me with the splendor of your presence again, Shireen. Have you decided to treat your soul to the fruits of my eloquence? Or do you wish to discuss business with the newly appointed owner of a Mercatum Tabula Officialis?
I think I already did this, but I'll help you acquire one.
Oh, Shireen, thank you for such generosity. I will humbly
Yeah, we
wait until
definitely
you
already. Pascal and Abel, how are you guys doing?
My apologies. 19% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
Have we found anything out?
The data is scarce. His identification code is the same as mine, and his memory contains data confirming that the assassination did take place. Unfortunately, some of his memory was damaged by pulses broadcast by his battle harness. I can assert with some confidence that he was who he claimed to be, and that he served the Deus Mechanicus earnestly and eagerly.
He gave off the impression of a paranoid madman.
Notwithstanding his permanent state of agony, he was not cognitively dysfunctional. His desire to immediately destroy the object he had deemed profane was partly dictated by his engrammatic augmentics, which were receiving imperatives from his battle harness. In light of the oddness of our matching identification codes, I find merit in his hypothesis as to the existence of a clandestine malevolent agent or conspiracy operating inside our fraternity.
Who do you think was behind the assassination?
No data available. I will hypothesize that the assassination was instigated by an enemy of the Blessed Amanat's doctrine. I accept the possibility that the assassins were targeting me, only to be led astray by Tarsus and my own identical identifiers. I am concerned about the fate of Archmagus Amanat. According to Opticon 2-2, he went missing in the wake of the incident on an Arch Mechanicus, the Hermetico. Information about that ship and its perishing has been purged from the archives. I accept the possibility that the incident on the ship, the concealed data, and the assassination have all been part of a single conspiracy.
You were hunted too, remember our meeting on Reichhead Minoris and the people who posed as heretics?
This statement is true. There were also the bodies we discovered in the hallowed electrodynamic cenobium of unknown infiltrators who had posed as members of the cult of the Final Dawn. There is merit to the hypothesis that all carriers of Magos Haneman's identification code are targets of persecution.
Are you not surprised that Armanat's words such an effect on Opticon 22?
I was not knowledgeable as to how popular Blessed Amanat's teaching was in explorator circles. The Cognizance fleet is massive. His ideas might have found a larger following on its periphery than in the Mother Squadron.
Armanat was a believer and caused a schism. Tarsus was a believer and he turned into a zealot. Faith can be dangerous.
Of course, faith is dangerous. Faith is the prerogative of the spirit, and a spiritless mind is an enemy of all existence. Without faith, there is no meaning in anything, no point to any aspirations or limitations. But faith can take different forms. The form of prohibitions established by unknown elders. The form of an audacious violation of those prohibitions. The form of following dogma or of schism. The form of following the cycle or of discontinuing the cycle. In a system with two courses of action, schism is inevitable. And only one of these paths will be true, as truth is discreetly separate from untruth.
Did Armanat believe the elders to be in error?
Amanat did not reject any one specific prohibition, but found their cumulative effect to be oppressive. The system of rigid limitations had confined seekers of knowledge to a circular track, spelling doom for the thinking mind. And that cycle of repetition had to be broken. That was why he was dubbed the Messiah of discontinuing.
I prefer to believe in myself and my own ability to decide independently what is right.
Comprehension is the true path to knowledge, and comprehension can only be attained individually, not taken for granted. Your path commands respect.
Pascal's voice takes a thoughtful tone and an otherworldly might peters out. Perhaps you might be able to find more.
I will continue my research into the Blessed Martyr's memory with all due reverence.
Have you studied Demence's neural augmetic yet?
I have destroyed it.
Perception test succeeded. A slight telltale rattle in Pascal's voice makes him sound unconvincing. You're lying.
This statement is true. I am yet to settle into a definitive course of action. I am running a spot diagnostic on the memory of the heretic Demence. Even though purity protocols stipulate that his blasphemous knowledge must be eradicated, I am not drawn toward forbidden information, but only to data concerning the Blessed Amanat.
You found anything yet?
The success has been partial. Demence Haneman's identity has been confirmed. The widespread influence of paranoid motivations is observable in his cognitive processes, which is what seems to have caused him to break his vows. However, extensive regions of his memory have been damaged by forbidden technologies and are, for now, defying decryption. My study of the minds of the tech comrades, Abel, Tarsus, and Demence, has revealed an anomalous similarity between the patterns of damage their memories sustained. What I attributed to cognitive idiosyncrasies, synaptic damage, and the distortive action of scrap code may be the result of a different kind of influence. The undecryptable data fragments in their memory arrays are mysteriously symmetrical.
What corrupted Demence?
An echo of the warp. Energies of the Imperium that had seeped into real space and taken the shape of a Vox signal. I have found recorded cases of similarly induced corruption in the archive. Listening to the void is a perilous occupation.
But you did want to know what he knew. You were interested in.
The quest for knowledge is our mission of highest priority. But what Demence promised was not knowledge, but a distorted copy of it. This was not what the Deus Mechanicus had told us to seek.
Any information on Armage's Amanat?
The data discovered is unreadable. It is encrypted, albeit only partially, and I hypothesize that the heretic Demence was attempting to decrypt it. I will take every effort to extract a larger volume of data. Information pointing to the unit referred to as the Maimed Hunter is alleged to be of critical significance.
Has it ever occurred to you that all these events may be part of Armanat's plan?
That is a valid hypothesis, but not a very likely one. Its truth value is irrelevant, as it does not contradict the necessity of establishing the fate of Archmagus Amanat.
You fear knowledge even as you extol it.
Whether knowledge can be profane is the grand question. Lay people find comfort in the delusion that knowledge is merely information. That, in and of itself, it is harmless, and only turns dangerous when it falls into the hands of the wicked. My apologies. 90% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
What about the dark? Not all knowledge comes from Omnissiah. I believe that all knowledge can be tamed for the glory of humanity. You seek knowledge because it's what you enjoy doing, so what do you enjoy otherwise? What's the point of living?
That too is true. I thirst for knowledge, and the Omnissiah has rewarded me with the gift of a mission to seek it. Perhaps it makes no difference to him whether good or ill comes of the knowledge I obtain. He merely wants me to obtain it.
Tech Priest slowly lowers his head pensively. The mechadendrites slow down smoothly, and steely overtones disappear from Pascal's voice. Continue your research.
Response? Affirmative. The decryption will continue with diligence and caution.
I must take my leave.
May your
Bye. Abel. Valuable. 2 more people to chat with. Let's just making sure there was nobody new. That's not you. That's you. Goodbye. All right, you got anything to talk about? Everybody else seems to. Not everybody, but a couple people.
Hello, Talk.
Nope. All right. Let's dip. We've got things to be doing. I don't remember what, but there are things. Okay, let's see. Ugh, I hate that I only have 2. I really want to go here. We've explored everything and have no way there. Alright. Let's start our warp jumps. I'm gonna go mine this stuff. Actually, I'm gonna pause it until... No, I'm not. I'm gonna bring you guys with me. 7 Promethium's a lot of Promethium. Let's do that. Let's grab this adamantine over here as well. We are running out. Oh, we're already doing it. Never mind. If I get a little quiet, my bad. It's 3 a.m. and I've been recording. Suits. Plasteel doesn't really feel necessary. So we either do this, do that. So I don't want to do that. I think I'm going to jump here and then here. Turn releases from a kit. Rip. To colony management. Foulstone, you got anything? No. Janus. Colony rewards. Thank you. Got anything for me? Yes. The inhabitants of Janus are restless. The Depths mechanic is ready to run experiments and starts to create improved enforcers for the defense of the agri world. Execute it. Go. Gargonus. Thank you. What do we got? Decree on diligence? Or this one? Sure. According to the new doctrine, the disenfranchised will be servitorized or disposed of through hazardous work. Do it! Kiaba Gamma. Lord Captain, the tech priest have made a sinister discovery in Kiaba Gamma. Blasphemous machine built at the behest of the wicked Cubus Delphim. The mechanism is capable of picking up the whispers of the warp. It seems occasionally to transmit a discordant by hierarchic melody into nowhere, but its encrypted data or other threats have been detected. It seems to be a functional side effect of sorts. Of course, the idea of using the machine instead of astropaths to contact the voices of the warp may be tempting, but this machine is teeming with corruption. If fuel tanks are satiated with liquefied souls of your subjects, it is now enough for now, but someday it will have to be revealed. How could Cubus construct such a powerful monstrous machine? To find the victims of the ominous eye, the heretic has entered into a dangerous field of the experimentation from the warp technology. It is dangerous knowledge, but the ancient and incredible complex box core of the mechanism is much older than the Delphim is. He probably found it there and made it use for his resources. What are the risks of using the machine? Typical contact with the Imperium intercepts information from the warp, which puts the minds and souls of the staff serving the machine in jeopardy. The warp is treacherous. What does my retinue think about this? On the behalf of the Inquisition, I hereby declare a ban on any contact with this device. It must be removed and given to our acolytes. Normally, it would be all, but I'll explain farther. Out of respect to the Inquisition can reap benefits from this heretical machine. Our trained acolytes are able to carry out vigil near it, carefully listening to the dark whispers of the appearance of the Imperium without succumbing to their corruption. We could discover their plans and warn the rogue trader whenever any threat would loom over his domain. The demons wanted us to hear their vile speech. Let them hear our righteous cry. Gregor, let me summon the most zealous preachers who would dedicate their lives and zeal to reading the litany of fury and rage to this machine. Let the inhabitants of the warp hear us and fear us. The last creation has to be anathemized and deconstructed in the name of total knowledge acquisition. The principles of its work must be inspected beforehand in great secrecy, requesting the right to investigate the heretical device before exposing it. Take it away, and we would get otherworldly observer. Assign the train mechanics. No. Let it be Argenta. We get Emperor's Voice. Gain some persuasion. Imperium Transceiver. Or destroy it. Let's do Argenta's idea. May the wicked cower in fear. The invited the preachers strict and stern have started to take shifts, reciting a formidable litany about the inevitable victory of the Emperor into the Voxcaster. Their angry words flew straight into the Imperium, reverberated in the ears of the spirits that inhabited, unable to hide to the righteous diatribe. If one of the preachers would die, another one would take his place, and there was no shortage of volunteers. Crazy. Cool. can get the vigils. Compassion for the silence. Tempting. Iconoclast. Let's do that. Hospice of the servitors will be fried for care for out of order automatons to the utter bewilderment of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Go! Alright. Cool. Let's visit this and get some things mining, shall we? How much promethium? 7. That's so much, dude. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna give me 20 promethium. We don't need any more than that, obviously. Well, for now. We might later. Plasteel only 2. Definitely not. All right, another big jump. Let's go. Wow, we made it. Wild. We actually made that jump. That's crazy. Just promethium and flog. Oh, there's phlogiston here. Oh, and this is that big ship fight, isn't it? Yeah, it totally is. Where's the phlogiston? It's here. We already mined it, though, is the real question. No. Just plasteel. Eh. Nothing. Your lordship, James, is reporting about a disaster. Ghostly Rosinos figures have appeared at the dusk and go away at dawn. On a ravenous swarm, they attack one architectural facility each night, freezing everything they touch. The attack takes place in the complex closest to the uncontrolled sector of the planet, which its nature itself is turned against. What do we know about these wraiths? Not much. They're incorporeal and difficult to discern, but they happen to have Eldari features. The spirits draw the warmth out of the humans, plants, and inanimate objects, but they don't seem to hunt consciously, but rather they simply do not notice anything either way. At dawn, they dissolve into mist. The wraiths all differ among themselves. Some are dark as the void, others shine like the sky. What is spotting these wraiths? Corrupted sector. It is likely they gather at the borders and break the break of dawn in the whirl in a wild dance, howling and destroying all living things, then disperse into thousands of fading flashes. The agriculture facilities that happen to be in the way of their dance fall into disrepair. Something is not right. The race appear on the planet's outskirts and restore the heart of the contaminated region instead of invading from within. Furthermore, their differences may suggest that two groups are race opposing each other. What do my advisors think? When dealing with Xenos, one should be prepared for the manifestation of all sorts of ominous mysteries. There is a whole cast of specialists among the cold traders that can whisper at Xeno artifacts to expel the spirits residing within them. Perhaps we should ask them. After some of the events that had taken place on the ship, I got interested in ghosts on the wild and football. I bought a book, and a legal one, of course, that describes so-called rituals of silence. It said that they pacify the violent spirits on the scale of an entire world, but I cannot vouch for the safety of this ritual. Instead of the wicked ways to solve these problems, it would be better to turn to our good priests. There are skilled exorcists of the ecclesiarchy who know how to drive out spirits. Shay, find them. No, Adira. Argenta. What can we afford to lose? Security, I guess. I hope this will not begin more serious problems. Take our chances. At the appointed time, dozens of strikers around Jaina started a ritual known as the Ritual of Silence. Surprisingly, did not cause any sort of catastrophe visible to the naked eye, at least. An invisible force pushed the raids away from the man-made structures, stopped their horrifying dance, and shielded Lord Captain subjects from the rampage of the Xenos. Woohoo! Koronus finished its thing. Decree on diligence. Go ahead. Well, actually, complacency 3. Do it. And Kiaba Gamma. What forces life? Get more explorators, mag trains, more mechanisms. Chapel of Enumeration. Let's do this. The motive forces life. Kiaba is sufficiently advanced and well defended to have the honor of hosting an Electro Priest monastery, lighting up the sky with a magnetic radiance and the formidable power complex of 4,000 gigawatts for the lessened motive force of the planet's benefictorums. Beautiful. Alright, we're not actually going here yet. We're gonna be... Well, we're gonna go here to get the phlogiston, and then we're gonna jump out and go somewhere else. Phlogiston, please. 4 of it too. Whew. That's a big one. Let's take it. Ooh, I'm getting tired. Let's do mag trains next. Manufacturers, a logistical system, likes mechanics, and kind of major growth. Mag trains. Fine for now. Yeah, let's go in here. Lord Captain, we cross-reference the key characteristics of the system in the astronautical chart. The Phantosphere 6 is located here. The problem is the augurs detected unusual change in the atmosphere, not like a massive toxic spheres, that something unfortunate has happened to the planet's underground storage facilities. It's possible to land on the planet now. No ships are cruising the system. No need for any cog to analyze it. Can decipher telemetry easily. Xenos, the armory, and artillery crews are standing by. Let's take these people out. Wait, stop. Oh, never mind. I forgot we had bought a bunch of stuff to equip to the ship that I wanted to look at. Oh, well.
The whispers sound distant. The future is
Just 2?
uncertain.
With the force of a supernova!
Just want to see how this works. Neat.
Lance batteries, volley! Torpedoes away!
Great hits. Glad you took that damage and not me.
Has been weakened.
Ooh, goodbye, big guy. I was like, are you gonna live? Oh my god, he lived. His shield's held up. What a beast.
Fire at will!
Which one's will? Told you every time.
Lance batteries, volley!
No mercy for the enemies of humanity!
All hands prepare for acceleration. Fire at will. Coordinates set. With the force of a supernova.
Burn in the fires
See ya.
of retribution!
I am amazed that we prevailed.
I'm not. All right, guys, that's gonna do for this one. I will see you. Actually, you know what? Not quite. I'm gonna look at this stuff with you guys. Sunhammer Lance, medium range lance weapon, deals 60 to 70 damage. Yeah, we'll switch that out. Long range plasma, doing 3 shots, dealing 21 damage each. No. 80 points of protection for each sector. The amount is doubled against kinetic attacks. Yes. Ceramic plating negates 5 damage on each side. Yes. 12 speed with strong acceleration and braking. I like my speed. I like my speed. I don't know if that's better or not, but I like my speed. Capable of firing 5 plasma torpedoes with 19 damage warheads. Nope. Not better. 95 points of protection for each sector. It's even better. Torpedoes. 120 for each sector? Oh my god. 9 points from all on the 4 and 5 points on all other sides. That's better. No. 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 It doesn't double, but I mean, just 120 points period is great. That's crazy. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.